Hello, and welcome to this demo. In this demo, we will look at projects and users in OpenShift. In the previous demo, we saw how to create a project and access it in the user interface. In this demo, we will start by accessing the CLI. Log into the CLI using the OC login command, and I'm going to use the username systemadmin. Since this is a mini-shift deployment, I don't really need to provide a password, and it logs me in directly. Once logged in, you can see a list of projects displayed. These are the default projects that are created automatically when OpenShift cluster is set up for the first time. If I run the OC get users command, I can see the list of users available on the system. I have logged into the web portal using a developer user, so I can see that here. And if you look at the identity, it says any password. Any password is one of the many identity providers available with OpenShift. Any password simply means any user can log into the portal using any password, and it is the default setting for a mini-shift deployment. I'm now going to go back to the developer console and log in with another user, in this case developer 2, and I can use any password to log in as the When I now come back to the CLI and run the users command, I can now see the new user is created. I'm going to log back in as the developer user and create a new project. To create a new project, simply click on the Create Project button and give a project name and a display name. Click on the Create button to create the project. Once the project is created, click on the project to view the project console window. Here you can see additional information about the applications deployed in this project. If you go back and take a look at the list of projects, you see that it's only listed the projects that I created. Earlier in this demo, we saw a set of projects that were created by default when OpenShift cluster was set up initially. How do I see those projects in the console? In the CLI, we saw these projects using the systemadmin user. So we need to log into the UI with the systemadmin user to see the default projects. However, when I try to log into the user interface using a systemadmin user, it doesn't really let me in. This is because you cannot log into the UI using the default system users. What you need to do is create a new user and make that user a cluster administrator. So in order to do that, I will log into the user interface using a new username by the name administrator. Remember, this is not a built-in user. So when I try to log in, it will create this new user automatically. And as you can see, the identity provider is set to any password. Now run the command ocadm policy add cluster role to user to add the cluster admin role to the newly created user. Once that is successful, if you go back to the web console, you will now be able to see all the projects that are available to the admin users. You can now browse through these projects and explore them and understand how they are configured and managed. Well, that's it for this demo.